So, what is up, guys? It looks like Link Joker is coming out next month, like everything was predicted in the stars above. We did go over that it was a possibility. The only thing is definitely, as you can tell from the thumbnail, some odd units coming in as well, but some of those units were in set 12, just the other one was named Reverse ethicbuster. But looks like Kai will be representing Link Joker, obviously. There is Schwarzschild, but Schwarzschild wasn't revealed yet, so we don't know what they did with that. And we do have Nebula Dragon getting a buff and nerf here and there. Definitely got buffed, in my opinion. Nebula Dragon got an interesting buff. So let's get started. Let's dive into a couple of the cards that were revealed, including a Revenger card, Raging Form Dragon. So we have Nebula Dragon here, and yesterday we went over him. He was a CB2. Now he went down to being a CB1, where you lock one of your opponent's back rows, which is great. And then at the start of your battle phase, all of your front row units get 3,000 power. So again, gives you more variety with that 3k, so your units are trying to hit over, so your 10ks become 13ks. A couple 8k boosters, I mean, that's 21k columns already, without even a freaking drive check, which is actually pretty funny when you think about it. So now you'll be able to have like vanilla 13ks with this unit. I think a Link Joker stand deck is possible now with that type of nonsense. As long as you have the AK back row, oh my god, it's like guaranteed hits. It's like you don't even need a trigger for most of those. Stand triggers will definitely be a good thing for this guy, but this effect doesn't activate till Limit Break 4. So it is what it is. Nebula Dragon does have another effect. If there are 3 or more locked cards, draw a card. So that's good. But that's a Limit Break 4 thing. It says at the start of your battle phase, and there are 3 locked cards, then you draw the card. So if your RNG is really bad, you might draw your trigger. Who knows? That's just me. What am I saying? That's my luck. So it's good to see Nebula Lord Dragon make his debut. There's our Infinite Zero Dragon, which we went over yesterday. He has maintained his effect, but instead he is a CB1 to have your Vanguard get plus 10,000 power, lock one of your opponent's front row and back row. So we said that was going to be like a one-turn thing, and with Schwarzschild could be a full lock. We don't know Schwarzschild's effect. Schwarzschild is the only one who hasn't been revealed with his effect yet, but so far Nebula has. He's only a CB1, which is okay. It's pretty good, actually, if you can unlock back row, because the Forerunner, which is actually another good unit right here, freaking Dust Tail Unicorn, it legit is, if your opponent has a locked card, you cannibalize one, put this into your soul to lock one of your opponent's rear guards. So again, like I said, they were going to do something like this, and I went over this in my video yesterday, how it would even go down for most of this card. He's only a CB1, obviously, so this is how you lock one column for a turn. Starvader Dragon definitely gives this guy an edge as well, because Starvader locks the back row, and then this guy locks the front row, so you lock the column for a turn where your opponent can only do 2 attacks. You did kind of slow him down there, which is good, but you just got to make sure you play your cards carefully in the end. But it's good to see Link Joker now starting to reveal itself. Some of the cards, not too bad. I mean, it's locking, but we knew what was coming, but we went over this yesterday on how it could affect it with the Seed Beam, but it looks like Nebula went down to getting a buff versus keeping his CB2, which is fine. Nebula only is paralyzing back row anyways, and this is the only unit that can pause a front row. And then you have the Break Ride, and that's about it. The only card that needs to be revealed now is Schwarzschild, and once we know what he does, then we'll know where Link Joker will stand on release. And that's my tournament list. And I just want to go over the last couple cards that weren't revealed. Yet. Actually, Raging Form Dragon actually got revealed with his new effect. So Raging Form Dragon got his own buff. So pretty much what this card does now is when you ride this card first, it's actually interesting. So when you ride him, you can retire 3 units at the start when you ride him to get a floaty Raging Form Dragon to your hand. So you automatically have a Persona Blast. This guy will restand twice. So in the end, you will be sacking 6 units to an effect like this. So this is why Draw Turbo might be a must for this guy for big final push damage. But Mordred wasn't revealed, so again, Mordred's still in the shadows until it'll reveal, because they want to make sure he's perfect and ready for, who knows, Mordred Duke, Jailer Duke, Jailer Mordred. There's so many options. We just gotta wait till Mordred drops his official effect. But yeah, Raging Form maintained his effect in a sense, but got 2 extra got one extra effect in that where you're retiring 3 rear guards to actually grab a copy of this so your Persona Blast is set. So that's good enough for me. So Raging Form, good to see you get like an interesting buff there. It's not a crit, it's not nothing, but you know what? It did what it did. So I'm going to go over the last couple cards here with you guys. So pretty much on the banner you see Fang, Liberator, Garmer. This is his OG effect. You counterblast 3 cards, look at the top card of your deck, top card, and it says search up to 1 gold. Obviously it's going to be a gold paladin, and then call it to a rear guard circle, and then put the rest at the bottom of your deck. If you call and you have an open rear guard circle, repeat this effect. So pretty much the only thing I see Game Studios nerfing, maybe they'll nerf the CB3 to CB2. Because if this is CB1, this is going to be abused as hell. That's like top decking, but it's like, it's not like good top decking. This is the biggest rando effect I've seen. And the fact that this is coming out already, this is coming out of BT12, but this effect's going to be random as crap. This ain't free. This is cars on steroids. That's it. You're just calling to empty rear guard circles. I mean, yeah, CB3 is expensive, don't get me wrong, but you are legit playing a game of like Russian like roulette when it comes to this effect. So either they actually changed his effect entirely, or they leave it as is, because really calling the top card doesn't really do you justice. Trust me on that. That is legit gambling to an extent, for sure, when it comes to Liberator Garmer. That's a fact. Next, as you saw, there was Deadliest Beast Deity ethicbuster reverse on the banner, so we are seeing this unit very early. It was supposed to come out in Set 13. Guess what? Merry Christmas, y'all. So the point of this guy's effect is you counterblast 2, choose 2 Beast Deities in your hand, discard them. I think this will get revamped in 0 to discard 2, add 2 cards to your hand, so you draw. So that's also a nice little plus there. Raging Form's also the same. You get to draw 2 cards as well. I don't know if I went over that as well. So Raging Form has that effect as well, because they're trying to make up for the dry checking that's not in this game, so they counteract the effects. So that's good. So what this guy pretty much reverse does is you discard 2 cards, choose 2 of your Nova rear guards, and you lock them. Then at the end of the battle that this unit attacked the Vanguard, you stand it for free, so your front row rear guards would stand as well, so on and so forth, because you rode on top of ethicbuster. So there's your cross ride unit already. So we already got our first cross ride unit besides Vowing Saber Dragon, so that's nice. And lo and behold, we did get Vowing Saber with his OG. I'm pretty sure we might get this guy with the OG effect, because someone did data mine this card long ago. You CB2, choose 2 of your rear guards with Eradicators and lock them. Your opponent chooses his or her rear guards and retires them, and then 10,000 power. Now this effect is obviously very dependent. If your opponent has a full field, this effect is garbage. That's number 1. If your opponent doesn't have a full field, this effect is amazing. But this would actually really depend where you're at in the match. You would have to have at least killed something to force their hand to kill 2 more units in the front row. But that's just me. But that's why you're riding this on top of Vowing Sword. That way it's a break ride. And that's why you're killing and stuff like that. But I don't know if they'll actually give him any extra effects. But so far, judging from the data mine, he had Vowing Sword actually maintains his OG effect from the TCG. So I'll be looking forward to that for sure. Other than that, the cards are looking pretty good for on starts. It's not as bad as you think. It's pretty good here. I like it. Definitely looks like it works out. Yeah, you see Raging Form Dragon, you draw 2 cards. So I think they are going to compensate the units that do a lot of sacking for themselves to do extra effects, so you draw cards, which is good. This is legit. I would say Raging Form is almost like a better version of the End, I guess, because does it even have to? It just says when the unit attacks. I mean, at the end of the battle, you this is better. This is actually a better Duke in a weird actual fashion sense. With the writing and all that, I mean, you could definitely get away with murder too. I mean, it's a Persona Blast, but this one's a Persona Blast versus Counter Blast. Could you micromanage this guy? Actually, possibly you could. With Duke's extra attacking and this guy's extra attacking, you'll have a lot to work with. And this guy goes up to 2100 guaranteed. So I feel like you could work around a Duke thing with this guy in a sense. Vort Duke, call, get your field up to date, retire 3 units, get a Persona Blast, play more cards. You're possibly on a draw turbo. But now, looking at a draw turbo, I mean drawing 2 cards, you could possibly deck out. That's definitely a given. This Raging Form does look amazing, having an extra effect, but I need to see some more Revenger cards that are going to compensate him and make me not want to play a Duke version, but we might. Who knows? Extra attacks with Duke in Raging Form can, be nice. So I'm excited about that. I mean, listen, Nebula Dragon happened. He got his buff. I mean, Infinity Zero stayed. And Dust Tail, Unicorn stayed. So most of the units kind of kept their effects, so on and so forth. So I like to see how this will play out. This is a very interesting concept. We showed you the other 3 units that could possibly get effect changes. But yeah, so far I could see reverse BTT ethicbuster drawing you 2 cards after you pitch 2 cards. Because the game's trying to compensate for the no drive checking in their format. So I see reverse ethicbuster actually being able to get you more cards. I do see Mordred coming soon as well. You can't have Raging Form without Mordred, period. And Schwarzschild, I'm hoping the effect does not change, because that can be really busted. I'm pretty sure they're probably debating making him a CB2 now after seeing what they did with Nebula. That's a fact. So, we'll see what happens, guys. Thanks for watching my opinion on this. Hope to see you guys more at the streams. My tournament is tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Be good, stay safe, and until next time, I'm outie. Peace.